Now since we're still right here, this is where that TV wall mount is, and I think you can see that it's dirty. It's actually smudge marks where they had their bracket up against the wall. Well, if you paint over that with one coat of paint, do you really think it's going to cover? You could put kills over it, and I may, if I can't get it off with my simple green, I got just a scouring pad. Let's just see how well this does. Sometimes over marks like that, you have to kind of leave it and then go on with a little bit more. Let that soak in. Here's a pencil mark here. There's only so much of that I can do because I just did those patches. I should have done this first, damn it, nabbit, right? I could have. I could wait towards the end of the day, or actually here, I'm getting it. I'm just being careful not to get it in too close to the screw patch. Okay, now I can go back around that and see. Okay, look at that one. Okay, remember what they look like, okay? A little bit of elbow grease. And I don't want to just leave that like that, because then the residue is going to show like that. Okay, I'm just taking my sponge around it. Let's just see how well that does. There. Look at that. What do you think about that? Keep rinsing my sponge out. How long did that take? Look at the video clip. How long did that take? I don't think I'm going to have to do any kills on there. You know, once that dries, if you decide you're going to put a little kills, hey, all you have to do is put a little bit, and that's it. Okay. Now on this wall, if I stand back, I can also see there's more marks there, isn't there? And then there's some there. That was probably from the bottom of the bottom of the TV. Maybe it was tilted and that was rubbing on the wall, or they had a cabinet there. Here, look at this. See this red stuff? Let's just try to get that off. If I leave that red stuff there, it could bleed through the paint if you don't put kills over it. If you forget, let's say. Gone. I use that simple green for just about all my cleaning needs. Whatever it doesn't remove, then I have to try something else or whatever, especially on the walls. Then I'll use the kills, but it got it off. Okay, so I know I need to keep working at it over there. And then as I stand back, see how it looks discolored right in there? I don't think that's somebody trying to touch up the paint. My guess is there might have been a chair there and people might have been leaning up against the wall or something else. I really don't know what that is. Here's something here, here's some more up there. See, there's a little bit up there. And I'll go around with my bucket, with my sponge. This one's got the scouring pad. This one I use so much, the whole back tore off or just wore out because I've been using it so much. I can still use that if I want, and my simple green. And this was a clean bucket. You know, after a while, you do this for a little bit, for an entire room. And when it gets really super dirty, just dump it and get yourself some more. Okay? And keep working on your walls. And pretty soon, you're gonna have your walls, all your smudges off of there, all your crayon marks, all your any other kind of mark that can come off with a simple green. Whatever is left, then you take your kills to. See, here's some more over here. If I stand back long enough and squint hard enough, I can see all kinds of junk on this wall. Here's something else up here that, oh, they had something here, and here's, see, I'm gonna have to caulk that to push that all in. See how it's puckered all around the edge? If you just put caulking in there with your finger and do that, that's what you're gonna get. But no, I go the extra mile. I push all those edges in with my little tiny screwdriver. Then I put a little dab in there and go from the middle out, from the middle up, from the middle to the left, from the middle to the right. And see that round thing right there? I have no idea what that is, but I'll bet you I can get it off with my simple green. Here's some more junk. I get it off with the simple green. And I'll do all that until I know, hey, I've done the best I can, and then I'll walk around all of the areas, okay, wherever I'm going to paint. And any smudges, any things that are left, then I'll use the kills on it. Now see, look at all this right here. See, I haven't cleaned that yet. I don't want to just put kills over it. If it's all dirty stuff, I'd just soon get the simple green and clean it first. It doesn't take long with the simple green, you saw. Okay, there, see, there's another spot right there. I'll go around and look around all the light switches, because evidently and usually you're going to see all kinds of marks or discoloration like this around your light switches, or you know. So I'll do a once over on the light switches. See down in here, the cover plate just went to there, but see this discoloration around there? That's people's dirty fingers from, you know, the last 3 or 4 years. And so I'll go around and check all that. And then look down there. There's some more things. And so I'll get my construction light out, or well, in here I got my light. You know, that still works. But see, I see some discolorations right there. Boom, boom. So I'll just look over here. Here's another little spot. Look at that over there. That looks like paint touch up and they use the wrong color. See? But see, here's some more holes. Boom, boom, boom. There's some black marks all around them. If I don't get those black marks, and if I say, screw it, I'm just gonna paint over that. And I'm only putting 1 coat. Well, guess what? Chances are that mark's gonna show. That's gonna show. That's gonna show. That's going to show. After 1 coat, that's going to show. Some of it might not show, but other areas will. There's some more around that. Okay? Be good. Be like you're like Mr. Inspector. This is your house, your condo, your paint job. How good of a paint job do you want? Do you just want to slap it on and go and blow and say, I'm so proud of myself because I got it all done in 1 day? Is that you? Well, if it is, good. You can only be as good as you can be, right? So if that's the best you got in you, have at it. But if you want to spend some time, you want it to look good, especially when it's all done and all said and done, and you're sitting here watching TV and you keep seeing that hole over there that you should have done something to, or those smudge marks that bled through your paint, and now you put some more paint on there and bled again. You know why? Because if you got something behind there, you can put 10 coats of paint on there, and if it's a crayon or if it's something that keeps bleeding through, or a watermark, water stain that keeps bleeding through the paint, you can put 10 coats of paint on there and it's still going to bleed through because you didn't put any kills on there. A kills primer, not regular primer, a kills primer, K-I-L-Z. That's for water stains. You can get some other ones for water stains. I don't have any water stains, but if you do have a water stain, you got to use the right primer for it, because if you don't, it's going to keep showing and keep showing and keep raising its ugly head when you think, man, how long? I put 5 coats on this. What do I have to do? Well, that's because you didn't use the right primer to get rid of your water stains on the wall. Okay? All right. That's enough for right now. I got to get back to work. Now here's the thing, when you're doing your caulking, you might have noticed it. Look it. See that putty knife? It's got rounded edges. I don't think you can buy one like that at the store. Okay? These are just cheapo throwaways. Here's a brand new one. Okay? I don't think I've ever used, I've used it a couple times. And I use that for finish work, whatever. Now, I go from the middle out, and I'm using these rounded edges. Oh, it works perfect. Because you wouldn't want to take this and go from the middle over and from the middle over or something. And it's kind of hard to use the sharper tips from the middle out, from the middle out. You know what I mean? To try to keep your patch really as small as you can. And after a while, after you use this one, your throwaway, it's going to start getting rounded edges. Then you save it. Don't throw it away. I use this thing for all kinds of things. And then when it gets worse than this, guess what? It gets down to like that. I use this for scraping on grout lines and cleaning and doing all kinds of stuff. It just got smaller and smaller. I said, what good is that? I should just throw that away. I don't know why I keep keeping that. I use this thing for all kinds of stuff. Okay? So these are the two I've been using. I haven't used this one on this job yet. And I've even got another one. See this one? This one used to be straight too, and it's a more heavy duty one. It's got metal there. This is metal. This is just cheapo plastic. You can beat on this with a hammer all day long, pretty much. And I use this as a pry bar, or to get in between baseboard or doorstop or trim. I'll use that because see, these are too flexible. See that? Look, this one, I can flex it, but I really have to work at it. So when I'm beating on something, I'll use this one. Or if I'm prying on something, trying to wedge, I'll use that. Okay? So I carry all that in my nail bag, of course. So I'm ready for my projects.